Nick from the Scoreboard Addicts podcast, and I'm here with your Day 18 beer and a take. We are coming down to the home stretch, 1 week until Christmas, right? 7 days is on Saturday. Today is Sunday, and we are coming up, and you'll have, 6 more days or 5 more days of beer and a take, and then we'll have our collective take, and it'll be that'll be the end of the season for us. But here I am going to be reviewing the Aleworks Brewing Company's Old Stitch Brown Ale. Once again, my girlfriend got me this from Virginia. It's from Williamsburg. And we're going to be giving this a try. Brown ale's good stuff. This has 5% alcohol by volume, so it's pretty standard size beer, you know. Most beers are around 5, somewhere near there, 4.5, 5. And this is no different. Cheers. It's a brown ale. There's not really much going on with it as far as flavors are concerned. I guess it says historic recipe on the bottles. This must be like something where this is how brown ale was flavored, 200 years ago, 237 years ago, whatever we're up to. The flavor is really interesting. It tastes like an ale. Like I'm not surprised by the flavor at all. This is probably what it was like to drink a brown ale back in the day when, people just made beer bare bones. It's light, it's crushable, it's something you can drink. It doesn't have too many flavors. So if you're into stuff that has just a beer flavor, then this is for you. If you're into, modern day, you like hops or you like cinnamons, you like nutmegs, you like orange peel or something like that, this is probably not the beer for you. And as far as my take is concerned, let's talk about being a fan, right? Being a fan of a team and what it means when two of your rivals play one another, and what it's like. Who do you root for, right? So as a Jets fan, as you can see, unfortunately for me, I have seen many a rivalry game in big time events. I'll give you perfect examples. The Giants versus the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Perfect example of big time event where I lose no matter who wins. And some would say, oh, that's not true. You're from New York, root for the Giants. Here's my problem, right? I'm a Jets fan. I hate the Patriots, right? But Giants fans are insufferable. And I know a lot more Giants fans than I know Patriot fans. I might know one Patriots fan. They only like Patriots because of Tom Brady. They're not really a fan. They like the pretty boy that played for them, right? Giants fans are insufferable and somehow think that they're the Yankees of the NFL when they are actually not the Yankees of the NFL. So it's like, okay, I can lose. Like my arch nemesis could win the Super Bowl for the umpteenth time, and I got to sit there knowing that my arch nemesis just won the Super Bowl. Or, the alternative is the Giants win, and then I have to hear it from obnoxious Giants fans for the rest of time about how the Jets suck and the Giants are the greatest thing since sliced bread. Because, it's a no-win for me. So people commonly ask me, like, well, who do you hope to win? And honestly, I'm kind of sitting there wishing that the Dark Knight happens and the stadium collapses. I don't have to deal with this crap because it's a lose-lose for me. No matter what happens, no matter who wins, I lost. That's a fact. Either I got to know that my arch nemesis just won the Super Bowl, or I got to hear from obnoxious fans of the other team I don't like, just continuously just throwing it in my face. So, it's definitely not a WW for me. Last night, for instance, perfect example was the Dolphins versus the Bills. Now, I don't like the Bills. I'm not a big fan of Bills fans. I find them to be extremely obnoxious. I still can't figure out why they're called Bills Mafia when Buffalo is not known for the Mafia in any stretch of the imagination. They should be called, I don't know. What do they call organized crime in Canada? That's what the Buffalo Bills fan base should be called. Definitely not Bills Mafia, because they're definitely not a mafia of any kind. I think there's 1% Italian people that live in Buffalo or something like that, or people so far removed from their Italian heritage that Papa John is more Italian than they are. But I was rooting for Buffalo because a Buffalo win meant that if the Jets win today, then that means they overtake the Dolphins in the standings. And that could be really the only time where I'm rooting for an opponent to win or a rival to win is when it benefits my team. But when you're talking about, a big game, like the Super Bowl or a bowl game in college or the World Series or something like that, honestly, I kind of just hope the stadium collapses so that I don't have to sit there and hear it from either fan base for the rest of my life. Comment, leave us your thoughts on that situation. What do you think when your rival teams are competing against one another? Who do you hope wins? Back to the beer. Like I said, you could drink it. Definitely not anything fancy. But if this is what it tasted like 237 years ago or whatever it was, they did a pretty good job. I got to be honest. I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 4 flights. Like I said, I like to drink Christmassy beers. And of the beers that I have had on this podcast, I think this is probably the worst one. I give it a 2.3. The other ones were definitely better. The porter was better. The stout was definitely better. So I'll give this one a 2.3. It's not awful. It's not Coors Light bad, but it's not great either. So it's a 2.3. And that was my take. And that was my beer.